This is just an AMZN on Monday, May 7th, 2018. We've got the pre-market on Amazon looking like it's actually rallying. It kind of started out with a gap up, came back down and retested the same choppy action that yesterday closed with and bounced from there and is way, way, way up here. So looks like it's a gap up from here up to around here. And yesterday was a bullish candle, so bullish candle gapping up is a bullish retest gap. And we'll see if we come down anywhere into the levels here, see if we can come back and retest any of these highs or even this now support again, and see what we can do. So get into the day, and a nice strong candle to open, pretty good move, nice size candle, and actually much higher volume than we had yesterday and some of that, or on Friday and some of the last few days at the open. So this is looking really strong to start the day, but still, we want to retest. We want to slow down or pull back or pause or something, give us an opportunity to get in. So it doesn't do that. The next 5-minute candle actually rallies even stronger, same volume just about, and then moved even more on that second candle. So it's like, okay, this is definitely going. If you didn't get in down here, don't be buying up here. It's just moving way too quick. Remember the previous, or not the previous, but a while back the all-time high was 1617, and then I think for earnings it was like 1640 something. So you've already moved quite a bit in this movement here. That I'm not looking to get in this. I'm looking for a pullback. So got a candle that shows a little bit of selling coming in, some profit taking. Okay, here's a little bit more, come back to the exponential, and I'm just looking for some smaller candles. Here's a smaller one, still pretty high up here. It's got, it's got a nice drop in volume. We're pausing kind of inside. This could be something that you get set up with a stop down here and a trigger up here to move up, but you're still hoping that it's going to continue to move up a little bit higher. I want something that's pausing a little bit more after that kind of move. But if you did get in here, or if you did set up something and you're in a little bit, retest, you're down a little bit here. This is an inside candle. Okay, now this one broke down a little bit. Hopefully you didn't have your stop all the way this tight. Here's an inside candle to the bearish candle, but a couple bearish candles, that's all right. This is a little more of a pause here, and starting to see some higher lows and lower highs a little bit. Nice little triangle. This is the kind of pausing. It'd be great if this just went sideways for another 15-20 minutes, and instead it throws a wick down here, similar place that it was throwing the wick down in the earlier candle. Still holds this as, this is still a lower low. This is a little bit of a higher low. But instead of having this, kind of triangle angled up, now maybe this is a flat bottom and a down angle on the top side of it. And, okay, here's an inside candle that looks like it's breaking up, but now we're still right here into the lower highs. So let's see if we just pause a little bit more here for that triangle, and we do. Okay, so come in here with a little bit of a higher low, just like this, coming in off of the exponential. You've got your down angle, your triangle with the upper line, upper boundary angled down. We're right here fighting it on this candle, looking like, okay, if it gets higher, either get in or wait for the retest to pull back into this level and then bounce with a stop here or a stop down here at 1597. So I prefer the retest one. Okay, so there you go. It broke out, made a little bit of a higher 5-minute high. It doesn't quite take out this one. It'd be great to have this pull back, 1600. I guess it kind of did on this. No, it didn't really do it on this candle at 1602.36, the low. And that bearish candle would be great. Bearish candle, okay, that's good. Indecisive, right at this level. Let's see if this comes back down into the 1600 price as like a little bit of a retest, and then we can get in 1600 by 1597. All right, there it is. What is that low? 1602.01. Okay, want a little bit lower. and didn't get it. Okay, didn't get a little bit lower. Looks like it pushed up a little bit higher. Now it's coming back some more. Let's see if now we get a pullback into 1600, 1601. You know, had you gotten in somewhere in here and just, you know, held on through this choppiness here, it didn't really roar higher, but you know, it did start to make a little bit of a higher high after this, making a little bit of a double bottom with a retest, and then didn't get going. So now maybe this is a little bit longer retest, longer term retest. It'd be great if it comes in and bounces off of the 21 exponential that we got on the screen here, but that's, you know, right back into the level that this candle bounced off of. Got a squeeze forming, a little bit of losing a little bit of our bullish momentum. All right, we got 25 minutes of selling, and it didn't move that far. Like we were just talking about, the 1600 price would be a great place for this triangle, but you know, we're now retesting a little bit further away, which means that line would have been a little bit further down. I'd almost rather buy off of this that showed itself to be support earlier, and that would be the 1597 price down in here, 1597, 98, something like that. If it'll bounce off 1597, that'd be phenomenal. And then you could, you know, with a couple dollars, you know, it'd be great if we had some small candles, just like any of these, but came down a little further and then bounced off of this, you know, 1597, 1598 price, and a stop at like 1595, probably below the low of this, maybe a little bit lower than 1595. That's only 3 cents, the low of that candle, and that would have been this price here, 1594. Okay, let's see if we can get it to come back to this level and get in 1598 by 1594, so $4 risk, and see if we can take it to the high of the day. Actually, this is acting as a little bit better, so that'd only be a 1.5 to 1. If we get the high of the day, that would be a 1 to 1. So let's see if we can get the high of the day from that setup, and we'll just wait, see if it comes back a little more. Okay, bounced a little bit there, still not racing higher, coming back down. Okay, now it touched 1600. There's going to be some buying there for sure. Let's see if it comes a little bit further down, a couple dollars further down. It does. What is this low? 1597.78. All right, we're in, if that's the setup. The squeeze actually triggered bearish, which is not good, but we came back into this level. We bounced off of this level with that wick, but I mean, not a phenomenal bounce, but okay, if we're in 1598 by 1594, let's hold that low, and okay, that's good. Got some inside candles. This one's a bullish engulfing of that one, but these are both they're both consolidation from these two bearish candles. And okay, coming down a little more. This is looking like it's actually going to roll back down, but you know, this, let's see, yeah, that was our price. Okay, we're still a couple dollars away from our stop, 1594. All right, this is kind of looking like a Morningstar reversal to me. It's a little bit below the low, but it's kind of in a good spot that you actually, you know, broke down. People are thinking it's gonna roll back down now, but you know, it's still mostly holding this area, definitely holding this candle. So if for some reason you weren't in or didn't get triggered on this candle and you were waiting to see if it would actually form a lower bounce, like this is the place to get in. Get in at 1598. Well, actually, it probably is already past it. Well, it closed at 1597.64. So there you go. So this still works. The stop could actually be a little bit higher than the 1594, but I really like that it's below this candle. So I still like our setup, and we'll see if we can move. If this starts moving up a little bit, especially if it takes out these bearish candles, let's get our stop up here at 1596 really quickly, like in the next 10, well, it's lunchtime, so in the next maybe 15 minutes, let's get it back above here. Otherwise, we'll exit wherever it's at and maybe lock in a small gain or something. So let's say 15 minutes. Okay, it's moving up a little bit. That's 5, 10, 15. Okay, we're right at break even. Let's get our stop here for sure. And then, again, we want it to keep moving up. If it doesn't, we've lost like, it'll be like half an hour. We'll give it another, that right there. Let's give it another 15 minutes. We're 12:35 right now. Okay, give it another 15 minutes and see if we can push higher and get above, these candles here, and we'd be up half an hour and then get our stop right here. See if that'll move up. Okay, that's another 15 minutes. All right, we're at half an hour. If we're in at 1598 by 1584, our stop is here. So let's move our stop up to 1597. Actually, we could just about get it at break even. So 1598. Put the stop at 1598 because we want to lock in, break even or something. So we've got this just kind of grind higher like we saw through here, and if it's gonna pull back, it's gonna push below the 1598 price a little bit further. So oh, there you go. It's breaking out a little bit more. It's great. Took out these, and so we're gonna keep our stop tight. Let's lock in a quarter, or move the stop to be a quarter of an hour gain at 1599, and we're looking to take some. Let's see if we can get up to 1604 up in here and take 1.5 R on that kind of move, if we can get there, or lock in at least half the position, something like that. All right, so now here this looks like an evening star reversal, just like this started to look like a morning star reversal. We have a lot of buying in here. It's okay to have a little bit of selling. I've got my stop at 1599, so that's good. That's a good place, especially if this is an evening star rolls down. This could look like a double top, retest, a little bit of longer term retest, and now I'm gonna roll over and come back and retest some more. We finally just got back to our bullish momentum, even though this fired bearish. It didn't really move that far. It moved a little bit, but it's more of a bullish trade. So I'm seeing also a little bit of a trend line. Yeah, this was probably a good place to exit right here because of that line. So you could do two things. Well, there's more than two, but two that I think: either keep the stop here or move the stop here. Lock in half an R, lock in a quarter R, or just exit now if you can, if you're watching the trade, because that's definitely lower highs. And then, this could be a low and a higher low. It could be a really massive triangle like that. It's just going to consolidate, but it's just going to chop around a little more in here for the last 2 hours of the day. Or it could be more of a evening star reversal here, and this is a neckline, and now, we've actually looked like we were bouncing off of, the point of that triangle, and instead we just formed a double top, and now we're retesting. We're about to roll over. So, okay, a little bit of a bounce, and nice pause, nice consolidation here. I want this to go higher now or get out. With my stop right here at 1600 now. If it doesn't, okay, it went a little bit higher. Oh, a little more higher. Okay, so this is still going up. We're not quite at a higher high yet. We need to get up to, let's see, 1604, around 1604.20, something like that. So we're only a little bit away from that. But right here, we're at an R. So you can lock in an R. Definitely get your stop tight to still trail out and lock in a little bit of a gain. Still making higher highs in the 5 minute. Okay, here's a bearish engulfing right at our 1604. Oh, right below 1604. I think that was the price we were saying, right? To get out, to watch for 1604 or aim for the high of the day. So this was a nice move. Bearish engulfing. If you're a couple candles behind on your stop, I'd get it in right here, 1601, and get ready to get stopped out. And there you go, stopped out. Even if you're down a little bit lower, stopped out. Trailed out because you made a little bit of a gain. And, oh, okay, it definitely rolled down. Made some much larger candles. This was just a grind higher that options probably weren't phenomenal, but could have made something on this kind of a move here. And then lost some of that back as you took out this low and actually took out the low of this massive candle with high volume early in the day. So you've kind of got some lower highs, and then this as a higher low actually got taken out. So not really sure what to do with this pattern other than just say this is a big retest with an indecision candle. It's another setup to go bullish above it, stop below it, but there's not too much time left in the day for a move of that size doubled up, you know, to move bullish. So, oh, and then it didn't trigger in bullish because it didn't get above that, but then it's taken out the low and making a little bit of a lower low, so could totally just roll over. It looks like it does that a little bit. Here's an interesting pattern. So looks like a buying candle, and then immediately has a bearish engulfing that actually ends pretty much flat and starts to actually bounce. That's interesting. Okay, so these two together actually start to bounce, and if somebody bought in here and then you're up half an R with the stop down here, the only thing you're bouncing off of is like the opening price range and probably some of this pre-market that it broke out, retested. So maybe, yeah, you're breaking out from, you know, this candle, and then the highs of these candles broke out, retest, rally. So it's similar to pre-market, but we're still all above yesterday. We didn't come anywhere near to the highs of yesterday, didn't come anywhere near to this line. And so just have a little bit more of the day left. It looks like it did kind of rally into the close. So that's good. Take a step back and you can see, okay, we had earnings. Yeah, okay, oh no, that's pre-market. Where's it that day? The open or the high. Oh, I thought it was 6. I must have been looking at this candle, 1643. 1640s, I was thinking of that candle. Okay, this candle is 1638.10. Just a reference for what's ahead, potentially. So there wasn't too much, I guess, maybe some of the candles. There's another one. Some of this that it bounced off before. Oh yeah, that's the resistance that we're at right now. So the lows on these were 1607. Yeah, and then the highs today were a little bit below 1605, I think it was. So, I mean, this is really interesting just to see that we've got some resistance there. What is this one? Yeah, 1607, right there. And then on the pre-market here, let's see, this candle, 1607.21, these candles around 1607. So that's definitely another area to watch, 1607. I didn't even have it in here as this upper boundary on today's move, but pretty cool to see that it's interacting with an old level we didn't even have drawn in. Wish we had now, because that would have been a great target at 1607, and then kind of meander back down and do some fake outs and some stuff. But if we take a step back to this level now, so this is the other level we actually came down to here. It was the high on the high back in here. Yeah, so this price was resistance, 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 broke out pre-market, and then we ultimately came back and put in some nice bouncing candles here right at that same level. So like a 1590 price range here. See, we've got some interaction for. So some good levels. Interesting to see how this thing moved. If somebody were to buy the open, or more likely, you know, wait a pretty decent amount of time and buy at a low, buy a bouncing. So if we look at the options at, let's say, somewhere here, 12, 20, 12, 30, somewhere in there. If we look at the calls, you got some nice small candles in here. So 1220, somewhere in here. Probably could have bought it. Let's see, these are maybe 1450. Took that up if you had gotten out. 1450 up to maybe 1650. That's 2R with options, but I mean, we didn't get to 2R in the stock. So would have been hard to get 2R on that. And then what would your stop have been? Maybe 1350. So that's 1450 by 1350. That's the full, $100 R there. Probably could have locked in something on its way up in here. Made it out with a little bit, half an R, an R, something like that. But how we actually traded it, was tightening up the stop up here, and that, if we got stopped out in this candle, probably would have only made half an R or something. So when these grind like this, you just gotta look for a place that, would be where sellers could come in and just get out there. And so you can see, we've got a high, a lower high, lower high, lower high in the option, just because the premium is being taken out. And then if we look at the put, so this is the 15, sorry, that call was the 1600 call expiring this Friday. And the put is the 1575 put expiring this Friday. And so that, you could have bought anywhere in here all day. This just didn't lose premium as the thing just chopped around. But you could have bought maybe in here for 550, 6, something like that. The stop down at 5. And then taking that to, if you held through this pullback, or kind of in this candle, if you held through that pullback and then got out somewhere up in here, that you would have had to know that that was a good level to get out of. Which after that candle, some pine come in, get that candle looks like okay, that could roll down, but you're right here at support, so that would have been a good candle to get out of, and that's at 14 or 1425. So that would have been here. So getting in at 6 to the stop at 5, that would have been 2R. To do that would have had to be nimble. Getting in up here, which this candle is the 1604 price that we were considering earlier on. So could have made some money in either direction, but just some choppiness. We were mostly range bound by the opening candles here, and had some smaller candles come in that were a good level. So good move today on Amazon. We'll see what happens tomorrow. This is Justin Amazon. Thanks.